Liverpool's head coach, Michael.
Yeah, always an honest, fair reflection. He doesn't mind criticising his team when the time's right. He calls the game accurately, I think. What you see is what you hear from him. So I really like him. I mean, obviously he's done a brilliant job since he's come in, but I like the way he speaks to people, speaks to the fans. I love his demeanour. I like his team, the way he plays. He's obviously doing a super job, and so is his team, because so is his staff. I mean, behind the scenes, because virtually every single player in that squad is fit at the moment, and that is so difficult at this stage of the season.
3 wins in 7 in the Premier League. That includes 4 draws, so they haven't lost once in that sequence. Are they losing points here to keep others interested? Should they be furthermore in front? Could they be furthermore in front at the top of the table right now?
Well, yeah, you could turn around and say they could be furthermore in front, but you also got to respect all the other teams they're coming up against. I think Liverpool may not have played as well as they would like to in those games.
Definitely. Okay, they put everything on the line, didn't they? In the last 25, 30 minutes, I mean, it was all or nothing from them.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they were chasing the game from the first half, going 1-0 behind, but I definitely thought they were the better team overall, even though I would have felt slightly sorry for Forest if they hadn't got anything out the game, because they put an awful lot in. But visually, they look so much fitter and so much stronger in that second half, Liverpool, that, as I say, if there was going to be a third goal and a deciding goal, I fancied it being Liverpool. I think Nottingham Forest will be relieved for the final whistle, more so than Liverpool. But it keeps it interesting. It was a great game for a 1-1. It was not like it was filled with goals, but it had pretty much everything. Their goalkeeper, Sells, made a couple of brilliant saves as well. So, yeah, it was a fascinating game, and typical Premier League game.
Yeah, absolutely. And to sum up Liverpool's dominance, the last 13 shots on goal in that game came from Liverpool. That sequence was started by Diego Jota's equalising goal 22 seconds after coming off the bench on.
That's what you want as a sub, isn't it? Come on, your first touch, little header. He always amazes me when he's in that box. The amount of headers he wins and the opportunities he gets, but the ball in now is an unbelievable, right in the area it needs to be, and he's there. And the header, it's a nice glancing header into that far corner, man. You'll be proud of that.
It is, yeah, it is a really good header. I just wondered whether Murillo got a tiny touch on it, which would have made the header even more difficult. He wouldn't have had time to adjust. I thought it's just skimmed Murillo's head there. But we see him just coming on, having a quick chat with Luis Diaz, and then just ghosting between Wood and Murillo. And I mean, just finding, here, this is the one. I just think it clips the head of the defender there. But anyway, it was a really good header, really important header. And I'm fascinated by how many goals he scores with his head for someone so small.
I was just going to say, he's got this knack of getting in between big, physical centre-backs.
Yeah.
But still manages to find that space.
His timing is good. His jump is good. Not that he needed it necessarily there. He wants to score goals, and that sounds an obvious thing, but I mean, some people go into the box for a corner and just go through the motions. They think, well, there's some big defenders in here, I'm never going to win a header. But I genuinely think he thinks he's going to score every time a cross comes in. And if you've got that attitude, then you've got far better chance of scoring it. So yeah, I mean, an amazing record with his head for someone so small.
Yeah, and considering Forest have been on this brilliant winning run of late, had kept 5 clean sheets in the last 5 games. They've taken some work to get breached. Will they be disappointed with how they conceded there?
Yeah, more than anything, I think from a set piece where they've been so solid, and it wasn't a great deal of movement or cleverness within that in that situation for Jota to get free. He just ghosted into the space where that zonal marking gap was, and the ball landed perfectly where he was, to be honest. So yeah, I think they will be upset, but then at the same time, they would have, like I said, they would have taken a point from this game before the game kicked off.
But Liverpool laid siege on that Forest goal, especially towards the last 15-20 minutes. Let's have a look at the best chances that fell their way. Was it a combination of wayward finishing and some brilliant goalkeeping, Michael?
Absolutely, yeah. The goalkeeper made a couple of great saves, makes himself big there. Jota cut inside on his left foot. Liverpool pinching the ball high. Mo Salah, that's a real good shimmy to shoot and cut inside, but goalkeeper's live to it. And then Jota again, as Trent Alexander-Arnold plays a cracking ball across. And that is a brilliant save. I mean, Jota does everything well. Bouncing like that, so easy to sky it over the bar, but he keeps it down and the goalkeeper makes a great save. And then it was Mo Salah's turn, Sean.
Yeah, it was, and you can see exactly what he's trying to do here. He just doesn't set it wide enough, and Sells again is there to stop that. And then another great ball in, and just chances, and Aina's there on the line to, and that for me is a fantastic block. The way he turns his body just so it hits him on the thigh there is brilliant from him.
Salah did everything right, didn't he? I mean, he again kept it low, kept it on target, hit it really well. This is incredible. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought brilliant, but then when I saw it for the second time, you see that little deflection and how late he sees it and how he adjusts and tips it round. I mean, he couldn't believe it, and nor could I.
No. I mean, you can see Slot almost with a wry smile there. So let's get his post-match reaction, shall we?
That second half was quite something, wasn't it? It was chaotic, it was manic. Neither side could keep the ball. Both sides were going for it. They wanted to both come away with all 3 points.
It was a bit of a throwback, wasn't it? It was a bit of a throwback to the old games that we used to watch, where you see one team attack, we defend, and then switch it over and give you a go. And we're used to seeing so much controlled football in recent times. It's just a nice, refreshing kind of night tonight. And we've seen a few of them games recently, and Liverpool have been involved in a couple of them. But I think Liverpool have shown great character today in going a goal down and then persevering, keep on going, keep pushing, get their rewards. 2 great substitutions play a part in the goal, and then keep pushing for that second goal. But at the same time, I think the way how resolute Nottingham Forest were at the back, the way they defended across the whole pitch, the structure of the team, and they were still a threat at times.
Yeah. Liverpool was so much better in the second half, though. It still took until the 66th minute for them to get their first shot on target, which was that Jota equaliser. And it came just after Arne Slot made these 2 key substitutions in the 65th minute. Tsimikas on for Robertson, and Jota coming onto the pitch as well. And what that meant is that Gravenberch actually went into the defence, didn't he, Crouchy? But the 2 substitutes combine here with their first touches to score the equaliser. That's amazing.
It was brilliant. Yeah, I think the delivery was one Robertson poor delivery, and I think that was it. He got hooked, and Jota finds himself in between Murillo and Chris Wood there. And if you see Gakpo actually pins him here, Gakpo just moves towards the goalkeeper. Sells can't get out. And what I love about Jota is, quite often Murillo wins that 9 times out of 10, but a proper goal scorer anticipates him missing the ball, and that's what he did there. He anticipated, he jumped in, he was ready for Murillo to miss it. He did miss it, and it was a great goal. It's just what Liverpool needed at that time.
They're so strong defensively, Forest. What did they just not get right there?
Listen, sometimes you have to credit the ball. It was a fantastic ball the way it came in. And Murillo maybe just, again, losing sight of where the danger man was behind him, but also Chris Woods maybe. When you sneak in behind, in between players like that, it does make it difficult. And what I would say, we and Crouchy were talking off camera, Diogo Jota, he had 3 chances in this game. He came on as a substitute. He knows how to find space and where the ball falls. It's just an innate understanding of where that ball's going to fall in the box. Unfortunately for him today, that a goalkeeper was in magic form. He couldn't find a winner.
How good was the Forest keeper, Matt Sells?
Honestly, some of the saves he made there was one from a deflection that was absolutely world class. And Jota again, I think it was another one where he came out and smothered it. He was first class. I thought Murillo, I think it was the right decision to give him man of the match, but Sells must have run him close.
Why were Liverpool so much better in the second half?
I think it's just urgency. I mean, in the first half, I think they were taking shots from distance, didn't really have their shooting boots on. Second half, it was important. They upped the tempo and changed the game. Well done, mate.
As you can see, Chris Wood has come out to join us now. Chris, I think we should say congratulations for taking a point out of that game. But how do you feel after going in front to only come away with a point?
Look, yeah, I think in the manner of how it's worked out, it feels a bit more of not a defeat, but like a bit more frustration and disappointment, especially the way we conceded. We're normally a lot better than that at set plays, and the way we conceded just leaves a sour taste in the mouth. Doesn't it show how far you've come, though, the fact that you are disappointed to draw this game against the team top of the table? Yeah, well and truly. They're a good side. They've shown it all season, and we had to stand up and counter today. And it shows that we've come a long way, but we've got still a long way to go to keep competing and winning these games.
Chris, I was bigging you up before the game. Yeah, I was.
You didn't let him down, Chris.
You got to watch the show before. We talked about it.
No, I said what a good finisher you are, right? And you proved that to be the case, And I was just saying, this team, we soak up a lot of pressure. You don't get many chances, so when they do come, you have to be clinical, and you were today. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, especially in a game like today, we're not going to create tons and tons, but
have a look at this, Chris. Go on. Yeah, talk us through it.
We've got to just take opportunity when it comes, and I think it's one of those. The ball's bouncing around, and it's been able to break and found himself in that pocket, and the ball is weighted perfectly, so I don't even have to think about taking the touch. As a striker, you just try and put it across goal.
It is a wonderful run here. What's in your thoughts as the ball's coming to you here? What are you thinking as you're lining up to shoot this?
It's one of those, just get it on target and get it across goal. It's very hard for a keeper if it's gone across and down in the bottom corner, and that's where you just try and make it as difficult as possible and hit the target and put it in the back of the net.
How much are you enjoying it this season? Obviously, like a lot of goals, and it's the creativity behind you, the pace around you, like almost like a four with Morgan Gibbs, White, Alanga and Hudson-Odoi. How much are you enjoying that?
Oh, very much so. I'm enjoying it so much, and we've got great players around us throughout the whole team, but the creativity of the 3 boys behind me are fantastic. They've shown their class over and over, and they continue to develop and continue to get better, and I reckon they'll get even more better. I mean, they're young still, and they've got a lot to come.
You lined up to take the free kick?
No, I knew the free kick was shooting distance, and I don't know, I felt like that side of the goal was open.
So I tried to, finish it as well as I could.
With all the injuries you've had, like it's your first goal in 2 years. How did it feel for that to go in the back of the net?
No, I mean, there was a period where I was scoring quite frequent, and I haven't had that feeling in quite a long time, through injuries and, setbacks. So I'm happy to be, back with the team, and, I'm happy to get on the score sheet again and help the team get a point.
On balance, would you say a point is a fair reflection of that game?
To be honest, I don't. I think we had a few clear-cut chances that we should have taken in the first half and maybe put the game to bed. But if you don't take chances, sometimes that can come back to bite you in the arse.
Does that seem to be an ongoing issue at Chelsea at the moment, especially in the last 5 games, that you're just not taking your chances?
Well, I think it's across football. Globally, if you have chances in a game and you don't take them, then it could come back and hurt you.
Would you say Bournemouth were lucky not to go down to 10 in the second half?
To be fair, I didn't really see what happened, but when the referee ever goes to look at the monitor, it's usually never a good sign.
Is that a performance, or certainly a result, a fighting point that helps you to get the momentum back into your stride?
No, I mean, there's positives to take away from the game. Going behind to come back and take a point, but there's negatives as well. Not taking the chances we should. It's mixed emotions.
Yeah, players like Lavia back. What a difference do you think that he made to midfield today?
No, Lavia is he's an amazing player. He's had some injury problems as well, but whenever he's playing with us, he helps excel the way we want to play.
Lastly, Tuchel in attendance. Do you like to remind him what you can do?
Yeah, I mean, I worked under him. He knows my capabilities. I just need to get a run at games playing again.
Reece, good luck.